outrageous. And each and every one of you...
Answering your question, officer.
Division called. Ring the bells, please.
Well, another week's finished in Parliament. Just had a solitary week this time, had a break the week before. During that break, heavily into committee out there in the regions, up in Broome and Derby with the End of Life Choices Committee. That's going well, but I have to say it's pretty draining on all of the committee. We're doing a lot of hours and a lot of mileage interviewing people, but we're moving forward, and I think we're actually discovering a lot of really good material in that process of that committee. Coming back to Parliament, been asking more questions. Obviously now, interesting enough, the Minister has now determined that whilst they have deregistered the toad as a pest, they've now agreed to bring back in all the controls that were in place originally. So we've had a bit of a win on that, and I will still be continuing that on with the Minister for Agriculture to see if we can actually just get it put back on as officially a pest again. But all the constraints that existed beforehand, the ability of people to toad bust, the ability of people to collect, the deposition points are all going to be retained, and so I think we've actually had a little bit of a win in that space, so that's good. Obviously there's been quite a lot going on the Burrup. We found out more oil spills from Woodside, and I've got some more questions in actually later on today about reports that the government has. I want to see if we can table those about some of the pollution levels on the Burrup. Broadly, it's been a good week. I've done a couple of sessions in the chair again. I have to say that broadly, Parliament's been behaving themselves this week. Currently, we have prayers and the Lord's Prayer, but now we're actually going to have, in that space, an acknowledgement of country. Now, at a personal level, I would have proposed or supported that we actually had the acknowledgement of country before the prayers, but on a consensus-based decision-making process in the Parliament, we've determined that we'll have prayers and then the acknowledgement of country. Either way, it's a major step forward that at last these hallowed halls are acknowledging that we are on Whadjuk Noongar country. They are the traditional owners of the land on which we meet.
Authorised by Robin Chapman, 21 Havoc Street, West Perth.